You do anything. Everyone's here. Great. I'm glad this class is taken off. If you can't do any of the stretches, it's okay. Again, there's a little thing I try and tell everyone all the time. There's 4 stages of learning, no matter what you're learning. There's subconscious incompetence. That's you don't know you can't do it. So some of these stretches you've never done before, you don't know you can't do them. But you quickly get up to stage 2, conscious incompetence. You quickly realize you can't do it. And then eventually, after do it for a while, doing conscious competence. And that's there. And then eventually, you get into unconscious competence, which is like what I call driving. And that's when you start to have fun and enjoy the stretching class. So I break it into 10-minute sort of segments. There's a warm-up, a little bit of a yoga flow, there's some floor stretching, and then what I call conditioning. Now, the conditioning is just building your muscles so they're strong and in maximum range, basically. And then we have a kind of 5-minute cool down. Okay? So I usually go to like 10 repetitions because, but if that's too much for you, just do 6 or however many you want. So start off nice and simple. Have your feet twice shoulder width apart, toes going forward. Now, when you bend forward, 2 things happen. Either your knees go forward or you lean forward. Try and imagine your back's against the wall and go with your breath. So we're going to take a deep breath in as we go down and then breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. The toes go out for what's called a plie squat or something known as a sumo squat. Now I tend to tip forward on this one. So as I go down, I point my thumbs back. So again, push your knees out now, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to stay down there on this one. I'm going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to raise one heel and then raise the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, try and lift both heels at the same time. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come up slowly. Give your legs a shake. Oh, somebody sent a message. No picture. Richard, this picture here, I don't know what to say. Okay, no worries. Okay, so what we're going to do now is do something for the hamstrings now. So this is a forward fold. And again, it's up to you how wide you have your legs. Obviously, closer together, the harder it is. But if I show you from the side, I want you to hinge from your middle, so your back is straight, your legs are straight. So you might only be able to tip this far forward. That's totally fine. So you're just going to tip forward. I'm going to have my hand behind my back for a bit of a shoulder stretch as well. Tip forward, keep your legs straight, and then up. Keep your head up, keep looking up, so you don't tip forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the 10th one, you're going to let yourself hang forward and put your clasp hold your elbows and let your head hang. Now gently rock from side to side. If you want to bend one leg then the other, you can. This is just giving your back a little release as you go forward. Okay, now we're going to do a little balance for the quadriceps. So we work the hamstrings and often the quadriceps get missed out. For some of you, just standing like this will be very difficult. If you feel yourself falling, just put your hand on a wall or next to a person who's okay with that. But if you're okay with it now, you're going to pull one knee back or one arm forward and come back. And the most important thing is that my hip doesn't twist back like that. So try and keep your hips neutral. So I'll show you from the side. So start gentle, just a little pull. Each time pull a little bit first, okay? So 1, that's it. 2, 3. Try and keep your knees almost touching for balance. 4. Look forward as well. Helps if you focus on something. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep this 1, 10. Again, moving is difficult. Just hold it there still. That's totally fine. But keep the knee in. So don't let the knee come out to the side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and deepest 1, 10. Brilliant. Okay, for this next one, now take your legs as wide as you feel comfortable, but make sure that you're keeping your shoulders over your hips. Try not to lean forward like this. So you got your hands on your hips or hands like this, totally fine. We're going to lean it in from one side to the other. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting to get deeper now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bring your legs together. We're going to do a variation of that. I'll show you 2 options. Either you just do one leg, step out and bring your leg back. Oh, we're doing this last time, guys. Okay. Or step out and come up onto one leg. That's obviously a lot harder, but it's working this stabilizing hip muscle as well. So have a go. If you find the standing on one leg difficult, don't do it. Just do the step out and step back in. So one leg's going to go out and in 10 times, okay? So one leg going out, ready, 1. And what I like to do is put my hands up high to help me balance. 2. Breathe in. 4, 5, 6. Don't worry if you can't keep up with me, just go at your own pace, okay? 7, 8, 9. Try and keep your head up. And 10. Change the side. Go out the other way. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Brilliant. Okay. Take your legs out wide now, sort of 45 degrees to the feet. And place your forearms on your knees. This is kind of relaxed. I'm just going to sway back and forth, just nice and relaxed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push one forearm in and look up at the ceiling the other way. So I get a bit of a twist. And then come back through the middle and go the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll push out a little bit further. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now point your toes forward and put your hands to the floor. Now, you might need to put your hands on the blocks or the pads for this. The most important thing here is you keep connection with the floor. So I'm going to bend my knees and look forward, and then straighten my legs as much as I can. Don't worry if you can't straighten your legs, and sit back down. But this is the best standing hip and hamstring combo. Okay, so let's go for it. Breathing in as you sit down, breathing out as you fold. If it's too easy for you, you need to bring your legs in slightly. If it's too hard, take your legs out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Give your legs a shake. So should be nice and warmed up now. We're going to go into the yoga part now. And again, with these yogas, if it tends too much for you, if the exercise is too intense, you just modify it to suit your needs, okay? Again, I always say to my students, I can't feel what you're feeling. So always go to the point of sensation, not pain, okay? Slightly before discomfort. So what we're going to do first is we're going to find our plank. If you come down on the floor, I'll try and explain. So if you don't find it difficult holding plank like this, that's fine. But you can always modify it and keep your knees down. Okay, so when I'm saying plank, it's either like this or this. The most important thing is the weight is over my shoulders, the hips aren't back like this. Okay, so from your plank here, you're going to lift your hips up and then let your hips come down. So it's basically down dog and up dog. We're just going to do 6 of these just to get the idea of down dog and up dog, okay? So let's go. Down dog, up dog. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in your down dog, very slowly walk your legs straight into your hands. When they can't walk any further forward, put a generous bend in your knees. Now as we breathe in, you're going to straighten your back like the exercise at the start, and then breathe out and fold. As you breathe in now, stand and breathe out. So this is what we call a sun salutation. So we're going to do it again now from here. Breathe in, breathe out and fold. Breathe in, straighten the back, lift, breathe out. Now step back into your plank. Lower arm all the way to the floor with control. Uncurl your toes and then bring your hands back to your ribs. Now I want you to lift up your chest, but feel your lower back work. Now, if that's okay for you, lift your hands off the floor. Great, lift your hands off the floor, so it's just your back working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the head back down. Either lift on your knees or a full push-up plank, and lift and down dog. Now watch me first. I'm bending my knees as much as I can, and then I'm pushing my heels into the floor. So again, we're just going to do 6 today because it's quite intense, but the idea is to build up to a full 10. Ready? Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. In, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, we're going to walk the feet up to the hands. We're going to breathe in, lift, breathe out, fold. Now sit down like you're sitting into a chair. Now, first of all, lift the hands forward and try and get a straight back. If this is, like if your lower back's always saying I can't do any more, stay there. If you can, now try and lift the arms a little bit higher. and stand. Okay, so that was sun salutation A we just did. This is sun salutation B now, where you have the chair posing. So this time, as we breathe in and breathe out, sit back down into the chair. Now you're going to put your palms together and take your elbow on the outside of one of the knees. So you're twisting. Try and twist from your lower back and not from your neck. As you breathe in, lift your arms up again. And breathe out. The other way. Brilliant. Hands back up. Fold forward. Either walk or jump back into your plank. So again, come down. Lift now, either into cobra, where your hips are on the floor, or full up dog, where your knees are not on the floor. But again, listen to your body. And then breathe out. Come into your down dog. Now you're going to lift your right leg up as high as you can. And you're going to bring the knee in to the middle. So watch me first, the legs going high, and then the knees coming in. We're going to do 6, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th one now, we're going to bring the knee all the way in between your hands as close as you can. And then you're going to drop the back knee and then curl the toes. Use your core to lift up. Now we're going to do that same thing. We're going to bring the hands together in prayer. Oh, make sure you're stable. And then twist out. Now, this is the variation most of you do it. There's an advanced version where you straighten both arms, which is obviously a lot harder. But just to show you there's always levels. Come back, bring the hands down, take the leg back. Now, when I say vinyasa, that's the push up, up dog, down dog. Feel free to go straight to down dog or do an optional vinyasa. So, push up dog, down dog. And again, this time we're going to lift the left leg up and bring the knee to the chest. So, go with your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6th one, bring your foot all the way through, drop the back knee and curl the toes, and lift up. And like on the other side, you're going to bring your hands to the outside and twist. Feel free to stay there or to open up your arms. That's it. Come back in. Curl the toes. Bring the leg back. Optional vinyasa. And walk the feet back into the hands. Now, walk your hands all the way over to the left. Walk your hands all the way up to the right. If you need to bend your knees, that's totally fine. One more time. Walk the hands all the way over to the left as far as they go. Walk the hands all the way to the right. Back to the middle. Breathe in, chair pose. Arms forward or arms up. If you can, now put the hands together and stand up. One more round, because you're doing really well, okay? So, breathing in. Breathe out and sit in chair. Your deepest chair now. Breathe out and fall forward. And jump back. Optional vinyasa, or straight to down dog. This time take the right leg up and sweep it right through your front hand. Put the back heel down. Use your core to lift up for warrior 1. My apologies, we should have kept the back heel good, because we're doing twists today. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take you're going to take both hands down on the inside of your leg, and then your hand is closest to your foot is going to twist, and you're going to lift your arm up to the side. Now, while you're in this position, I want you to breathe. Try and get your hip lower and your front leg more bent. Keep a bend in your knee, I guess you would say. And then can you from here lift back up? You need to climb up on your leg, that's fine. So lift back up. Now, your deepest sort of crescent lunge, try and do that twist again. Hands back to the floor. And up from vinyasa over straight down dog. Lift the left leg up. Sweep it through. Keep the toe curled. And bring the hands to the inside and twist. So other way down. That's it. And then try and drop your hip a little bit more. Deeper bend in that front knee. Look up at your hand. And then either put your hand on your knee or use your core to come up. So your deepest crescent lunge now. Hands together and twist. Hands back down. Optional vinyasa. And from here, you can either walk your feet in or you can bend your knees, jump your feet to your hands, but try and make it as like no noise at all, like there was a baby sleeping right next to you, okay? You didn't want to wake it, okay? So either step or jump, straight into your chair pose, and stand. Well done, everyone. Okay, so come down to the floor. If you need to grab a quick drink, grab a quick drink. I'm just gonna, this is the seated part now. Now that we've warmed up and gone through a full range of motion, you can now sort of go into your deeper sort of stretches. But again, just keep listening to your body. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one leg out to the side. And a lot of people, they try and like reach for that foot straight away. And they're like, why can't I grab my foot? So just without any pressure, just put your hand forward and see how far it goes. Okay, so now we're going to do a little flow to help with it. What I want you to do is walk your hand alongside foot and bring this other hand up and over. Now for this first one, I'm going to take your hand behind your head and look up at the ceiling and feel your side body opening up. Good, and come up. So now let me show you the flow of how it's going to work. You're going to slide this hand out. This hand comes over as far as it can. When it can't go any further, it goes forward. It comes around in a circle and back to position 1. So we're going to do 5 on this side and 5 on the other side, okay? And you should slowly feel this hand creeping further and further forward. That's the idea, okay? So we're trying to get a full range of motion for this difficult stretch. Try and keep your toes pointed to the ceiling, okay? So breathing in, go as far as you can and then sweep forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, see how far you can go now. There you go. Easier way of getting to your foot. Okay, so other side now. Now, both legs are not equal in flexibility. So just because you've got so far on one side, don't feel you've got that far on the other side. So just reach to start with. That's a flex wheel. Put the hand on the inside, lift the arm up, bend the arm, and twist your head and look up at the ceiling, and just breathe into that side body. Realize how much tension's in there. And as you breathe in, grow long. As you breathe out, relax. So we're going to do that same flow again. So coming up and going through it. Breathe in. You can't go any further. Breathe out. Sweep forward. And that was 3, 4. And on number 5 now, reach over. Brilliant. Okay. Now we're going to take the legs wide for a straddle stretch. Now, if you can't sit with your back straight, this is where you need to sit on a block or a couple of blocks. You need that straight back feeling. So one of the things I ask people to do is put your hands behind your back and push into the floor. It's the easiest way to get your back straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of tests now and see how far we go. So I'm going to start with my hands at the back. If you're more flexible and want to put them further forward, that's fine, but I'm just going to start at the back. We're going to look up at the ceiling and breathe in. And then we're going to breathe out and fall forward. Look down at your belly. Breathe in, arch the spine, look at the ceiling, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, and breathe out. Now we're going to do a little sort of loosening up, where we go from side to side like a seesaw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Bring your legs in. Give them a little windscreen wipe. 2, and what we're going to work on is our forward fold. So just cross your legs. If you have got a block, this could be useful for measuring. Also takes the weight away. So the block to start with. Just walk your hands as far forward as they'll go, while your both hips are still on the floor. And the idea is if you've got a block and you can't go any further forward, you're going to rest your head on the block and just breathe and relax. And then maybe with a couple of breaths, you go a little bit lower. Okay, brilliant. Come on up, change across your legs. And the same thing. Walk forward, breathing in and out. Come in further, just rest your head on the hands or on the block. Good, come on. Okay, level 2 now of the straddle grip. If where you were was very painful, stay there. The idea is we should be a little bit more open now to go a little bit wider. So what I tend to do is lift my hips up with my hands as I push my legs up. So obviously listen to your body, but just go a little bit further. Okay, can't go any further, that's fine. Now, if behind your back was working for you, stay there. The next level now is I like to have the hands on the legs. That way I'm pushing my legs into the floor, making sure they're straight. So again, keeping your back straight, breathe in, look to the ceiling, breathe out, and fold. Breathe in, and fold. Breathe in, and fold. Come up. So again, a level 2 of this drill now is you put your hands on these fake headphones and drop your elbow now to your knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, bring the legs in. This time, after you windscreen wipe it a couple of times, you're just going to turn the face one of your knees, call this position 90-90, and just fold over that leg. Feel that in your hip. Come up, and fold the other way. So position yourself. Again, if you can't sit like this, if you lean off to the side, this is where you put your hip under a block or a pad or something, so you can stay and fold. And come on. Last one now. You can do that method of walking your legs out and lifting your hips up, or what I do is come up here and then sit back for my deepest one. Now, if you can't get, if you know my progress already, if you can't get your hands forward, this is where the blocks can help. So I just put my hands on blocks like this. Okay, so you're still putting your hands forward, but now they're on blocks. And then you get lower, and you get lower, and then they go. But you might be in a position where you're like, can't get my forearms to the floor. So again, you put your forearms on the block. So this is why the blocks are very useful wherever you are. but you're trying to tip your hips forward now, starting in this forward position. Now, what I like to do is have my hands straight as I breathe in, and as I breathe out, drop my forearms as much as possible. So again, if you've got a block or a pad there, you might have your hands there, and then drop the elbows, or have your hands on the floor and drop your elbows here. So again, 3 rounds, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. And coming up. Now we're going to take that same sweeping motion that we did with one leg, with 2 legs. So the idea is now, I'm coming over on the inside. Again, on this first time, take the hand up and reach. And again, if you can't get your forearm to the floor, maybe your arms on a block or a pad, that's totally fine as well. Just make any modification you can. Good, just so the first one come up, put your arm or your forearm down, take the arm up and twist. That's a great drill for us. So watch me first. I go over to one side, I sweep this arm over, then I sweep it all the way forward to the other leg and then bring the other arm over. Hopefully that'll make sense because we've done the other drill earlier. Okay, so going over to one side, breathe in. When you can't go any further, sweep forward. Come up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the legs in. Give them a shake. Windscreen wiper, whatever you need to do. Okay, so hopefully you made some improvements, however small, that's fine. Okay, so we're getting on to the conditioning now. We did this a while ago, but it's a really good one, so I thought you'd like it. Now, you have to lie on the side, so make sure you can see me, or these 3 guys are some of my black belts, they've done this with me before. It's a little hip conditioning exercise. If your hip starts to cramp up, that's your body telling you to stop, okay? So just to warn you. So I'm gonna lie on the side and just explain it to you. Hopefully you can all see me or at least see someone. So I'm lying on my side here. This bottom foot is slightly off the floor and this top foot is on top. Now you want the big toe to face down, okay? So wherever you're comfortable and try and keep straight, you're gonna lift that leg up as high as possible and down. Okay, we're going to try 10 of each this time, but again, if 10 is too much for you, just do 5 or 6, okay? Let's give it a go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try and breathe, Adam. Don't make that grimace face. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, Beth, I'm sorry if you kick the computer. It's totally fine, okay? But now you're going to swing the leg forward like a stretch kick, okay? So just swinging it forward, but try not to let your shoulder roll forward. Try and keep your upper body as still as possible. So swinging it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the leg back. This time, point the toe to the ceiling and swing it up that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this one's quite a kind of a martial arty one, so just to explain, you bring the knee in till it touches your elbow and it goes out low. You bring it back in, it goes middle, you come back in high as you can, then drops to the bottom, okay? So to do your best with this one, okay? Ready, going in and out. So we're gonna go in, low, in, middle, kind of 45, and then in, high, as close to 90 as you can, then let it drop. Sorry, my fault. And in, middle, in, high, drop. 2 more times. 1, middle, high, drop. Last time on this side. 1, 2, 3. Now this one seems like a small movement, but it's going to work your hip a lot. I tap my toe in front, I tap my heel behind while keeping my hip straight. My top of my body doesn't move, just my foot rotates, okay? So forward and back 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bring that leg in on top. And we're just going to pulse this bottom leg very quickly. I'm doing about 20 times, but it's like 2 reps to a count, okay? Hopefully that makes sense, okay? Just you moving the bottom leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the last movement on this leg. You're going to imagine you're riding a unicycle or the big wheel or the penny wheel like this, okay? Ready? 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is very important. You roll onto your back. You bring that leg you just stretched over to a figure 4. And you either grab behind your thigh or you grab your shin and pull in. I'm just going to chill out here for 5 breaths and give some release to that very, very sore, very tender hip. Yeah, okay, so the horrible thing is now, you know what's coming, you know what goes on the other side. Which is worse, knowing what's going to happen next or not knowing? Knowing. There we go, now we know. So again, keep that foot slightly off the floor, big toe down, lifting up and down 10 times, okay? Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now taking it forward like a stretch kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then take the toe up to the ceiling and up and down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're on to the 3 levels of side kicks. Low, middle, high, and drop. Low, middle, high, drop. 3rd rep. Fourth rep, last one. Dropping the toe forward and back. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And bring the leg in, somewhat of a rest, and pulse the bottom leg 20 times, but I'm going to count to 10 because it's easier. Okay, so 2 pulses to a count. Ready, nice and fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the penny wheel on the other side. This is it now. Ready, go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then roll onto your back. And again, have that leg in. Either grab the back of your thigh or your shin, and just 5 breaths here. Okay, so that's the condition over and done with. You were pleased to know. This is a nice flossing method now. And I've heard it's very good for sciatica and hamstring troubles. So watch closely. Obviously, how far you pull your leg in will determine how intense the stretch is. But you're basically going to keep your hand behind your leg, curl your toe on the way up, pull it in, and then let the leg drop down. Okay? So you don't have to go at my pace, but I'm going to take you through this quite slow now so you can really feel the motion. If it's easy or you can't feel anything, bring the leg in tighter. If it's too intense, take some pressure off the leg. Okay? So curl your toes and straighten, and then point your toes and lower. 1, 2, go with your breath. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Change leg. Again, nice and slow. Curl the toes and straighten and point them and bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So what we're going to do to finish is just do a little bit for the back now. I'm going to start off with what's called a wide knee child's pose. This is how far you can take your knees out to the side while keeping your toes together. So if you want to watch me first, because obviously you won't be able to see me once you start it, I'll walk my hands out as far as I go. And I'm going to stay there for a bit, and I'm going to thread this arm through and just chill out and lean on this and put the hand out. Okay? So first of all, take your hands out as far as you can. We're going to do the tiniest PNF. PNF is just basically resistance training. So push your hands into the floor for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax and see if you can go down a little bit lower. Now come up slightly. Thread one hand through and take forward. Now you're trying to breathe here and basically forget about the stretch. Try and relax. Come up. Now we're going to walk the hand to the other way. Brilliant. Come on. Now we're going to do a version of child's pose where your knees are together. And again, if this causes you pain, you just have your legs a little bit wider. This time, just to show what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk my hands forward. I'm going to do that bit of PNF. So I'm going to walk my hands over and grab this wrist and try and, again, sort of extend my side body. I'm going to go either side. Okay? So walk your hands forward first, as far as you go. Push your hands into the floor for a little bit of PNF. Push in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax, see if the fingers go a little bit further. Then walk the hands as far as they'll go, and then pull the hand furthest away from where you're going on the wrist, and take 3 deep breaths. And walk the hands over to the other side. And then we've got time for one more. Curl the toes down into the middle of the heel. Again, on this one, I'm going to start with my hands forward, but then I'm going to take my hands behind, grab onto my heels, and just let everything collapse, okay? And then I'm going to raise my hips a bit. I think this is called rabbit pose. I've forgotten. Okay? So, again, walk the hands out first. Push down on the floor for a little bit of PNF. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go a bit further. Then take the hands behind, grab onto your heels. If the crown of your head is on the floor now, lift your hips up as high as they'll go. And come up. Well done, guys. That was 45 minutes. Awesome job. Well done.